Trump TV hosts and Republican lawmakers are calling it a scandal worse than Watergate. Bravo. It's been quite a performance by all of them over the last few days. I mean, it all started on Monday when the Republican chair of the Judiciary Committee, the youthful Chuck Grassley, put out this headline: Biden FBI spied on 8 Republican senators as part of Arctic Frost investigation. Now, if you're not familiar with the term Arctic Frost, it's the code name for an FBI probe that was the precursor to Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation, the one that resulted in true criminal cases against Trump, including multiple criminal charges for his effort to overturn the 2020 election. Now, the basis of Grassley's headline about the Biden FBI spying on senators is this one-page unclassified document he put out. You can see it right there on the screen. That references a preliminary toll analysis conducted by the FBI in 2023 of 9 Republican lawmakers, 8 of them senators, including close Trump allies like Lindsey Graham, Josh Hawley, Tommy Tuberville, and Ron Johnson. Now, according to Grassley, the phone data the FBI looked at was from January 4th through January 7th of 2021, not exactly a random time in history in this state, in this city. I mean, so yes, the days surrounding the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, right before and after. And the data showed when the calls were made and to whom, as well as the duration and the general location data of the call. That's it. And yet, during Pam Bondi's hearing yesterday in the Senate, Republicans railed against what they shorthanded as spying.
This is an outrage, an unconstitutional breach, and ought to be immediately addressed by you and Director Patel.
Can you tell me why my phone records, when I'm the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, were sought by the Jack Smith agents?
We've got a list. Tap my phone, tap Lindsey Graham's phone, tap Marsha Blackburn's phone. We've got nothing but concerns today, but no concern at all for a Justice Department that is tapping the phones of sitting United States senators because who knows why.
Now they seem mad. Maybe you're wondering, is this as big of a deal as they say it is? And the simple answer is no, for a lot of reasons. I mean, for one, there doesn't seem to be any evidence whatsoever that there was some kind of gross overreach at all. I mean, as Politico reports, the request for this information was approved by a grand jury. There's also no evidence that any of these individuals had their phones tapped, as they keep saying, despite what senators like Josh Hawley have repeatedly and falsely claimed. As Politico reporter Kyle Cheney had to point out to the senator, tapping would actually involve listening to your conversations. You've just described a call log. I mean, you'd think that a Yale Law School graduate and former state attorney general might know the difference. Who knows? But Republican lawmakers in the Trump Justice Department are also acting like the existence of these call logs was being hidden. Take a listen to FBI Director Kash Patel last night.
They took this information where they subpoenaed 8 sitting United States senators, put it in a lockbox, put that lockbox in a vault, and then put that vault in a cyber place where no one can see or search these files.
It's quite a conspiracy theory. And then that cyber place was put on a hard drive and then put in a second vault and dropped to the bottom of the Potomac or something like that. Look, if Jack Smith and the FBI were trying to hide the existence of these call logs, why would he reference them in his final report that was released publicly in January? Yeah, you heard me right. On page 31 of the first volume of Smith's report released publicly, which again he released earlier this year before Trump was sworn in, it says, quote, Mr. Trump tried to reach 2 United States senators, and he also directed co-conspirator 1 to call members of Congress and attempt to enlist them to further delay the certification. And just as a side note, that's pretty relevant information about Trump and his allies' attempts to overturn an election, right? Now, there's also a footnote in Smith's report that cites the phone records for all to see. And if that is news to Kash Patel and these Republicans, they should probably have read the report that came out publicly in January, and they should probably talk to the Trump defense attorneys who are now running the Department of Justice, because they also would have received that evidence in discovery while the prosecution was still happening. But maybe the most dishonest part of Republicans' performative, and wow, quite a performance, anger here, is that they are acting like this investigation all happened out of the blue. I mean, Senator Ron Johnson this week said that there was no reason for phone records to be requested and that this was a, quote, fishing expedition. But if you're investigating the former president of the United States' effort to undermine the 2020 election, kind of makes sense for an investigator to look at who the president and his alleged co-conspirators were talking to, right? I mean, we know that Senator Ron Johnson helped coordinate an effort to get fake elector documents to former Vice President Mike Pence. We know that Trump called Senator Tommy Tuberville while the Capitol was being attacked. We know that Senator Lindsey Graham asked Georgia's top election official about tossing ballots. And we know that Senator Josh Hawley was very proudly helping lead the push to object to the Electoral College results. So yeah, Republicans are once again floating a narrative to paint themselves as victims. And already they are using that narrative to continue to purge those they deem disloyal at the Justice Department. But boy, all those facts and public reports can be pesky hindrances to a good old-fashioned conspiracy theory, can't they be?